Ring-a-ding-ding, you've got the king. Snicko Bro here, joined by Anthony McDonald. Welcome back to all our loyal listeners from the last game, and everyone just tuning in now. Where were you? Missed the absolute cracker. But anyway, we're here at ANZ Stadium where the Rabbitohs will be taking on the Gold Coast Titans in a match that for the Titans is very important. For the Rabbitohs, their season might be done, but there is still pride to play for, and they're not technically out of finals contention yet. We're also going to call this game the Joey Kelly Memorial match. This will be his last game at Rabbitohs colours, and he'll be looking to go out with a bang. Anthony, any special players, movements, team structures, team list changes you'd like to highlight?
Well, I think the Rabbitohs, they're basically, after they got smashed last week, they're throwing all caution to the wind with their team list tonight. Not as much as they probably should have, but they do have a young Jack McLaughlin coming off the bench, replacing a Jack Sora. So I always love it when a Mines bloke comes up and plays his first game in the SRL here. Snicker?
Yeah, I love it as well, normally because they provide some of the other team a chance to flog them, like it's just happened to Bruce Bucky there. Very interesting off the kick off the Titans. After what happened to the Rabbitohs last week with that 54-0 drubbing, the Titans didn't even think they had to catch the kickoff to be a force in this game. They let it bounce, which you don't normally see in the SRL. Anyway, now, third tackle here for the Titans. They haven't really got movement this set. They've worked out short side a couple of times in a row. Corey Goetz pushed backwards there. So maybe the Rabbitohs, after deciding not to last week for a whole 80 minutes, they've stored up all their defending and they're going to use it here tonight, do you think?
Well, unfortunately not, because Liam Ryan just making wonderfully easy meters there and getting all the way down the field almost. And the Rabbitohs, we'll see if they've got any attacking fight in them tonight.
Yeah, maybe they saved their attack for this week as well. 0 points last week. Not pretty for anyone, really. When you're versing the team coming first, even less so, especially for the teams chasing. They want to make up a for and against boost in the top four. So thank you, Rabbitohs, for making that just a little bit harder. Anyway, now the Rabbitohs go to Callaghan. He throws a long ball to Liam Rogers, and it could be regular service resuming here. It's very early in this game, but the signs are ominous. The Rabbitohs with a mistake in their very first touch of the game. Very first set of the game, sorry. Not looking good as Liam Bryan goes all the way out to Corey Goetz. He's going to beeline for the line here. Corey Goetz pushing for the try line, but brought down a couple of metres out. Still a lot of tackles left in this set here for the Titans. They go left. They go to Matthew Vaughan. He's pushed backwards there. Thought he was going to score a try, but unfortunately some great defence stopped him. They spin it right now out to Justin Dolan. He's driven backwards here. I want to see more adventure from the Titans. They've been a bit lacklustre this set, just really working through things slowly as Mark Lee is going to go for a pushover. And Mark Lee might be scoring here. He has. This is not looking good for the Rabbitohs, Mac?
No, 4 minutes in and they've thrown an intercept and already let in quite an easy try there from Mark Lee, who has been playing lock all season instead of his preferred role as hooker he's been playing up until this season. Unfortunately, none of the Rabbitohs were really looking to help there. They all just stood around and they just expected him to be tackled.
Yeah, and for those playing at home, that is now 60-0 for the Rabbitohs in the last 84 minutes of football. The Titans will be looking to beat the clock here with this kick. It was a fun little side game in that Storm game last week, whether the Rabbitohs could keep the Storm below the minutes played, and it looks like we might be playing it again here tonight.
Having said that, you never know, because this could be a danger for the Titans. There's such a thing as complacency, and if you come into a game expecting to walk over the opposition, that's when Joey Kelly on his final game could pull a hat-trick out of the bag. So this is SRL and anything can happen, Snicko. Yeah,
Joey Kelly is a class player, that is for sure, and he's back in his preferred fullback role, and I've just seen I've tipped the Titans 9-18, and I really wish I went 19 plus now with the way this game's open, but perhaps things could change, just like you said, as the Rabbitohs kick off again, down to McLucky. This time the Titans decide to take the kickoff, which is a smart move, I think, on their part, as Hayden Davis takes the kickoff. Now he goes out to McLucky. He turns it inside to Mark Lee, and Vaughan just gets absolutely hammered. That's twice now. Could you just check who's in the 8 for me, please, Amac? He's put on 2 big hits so far in this game, so he's turned up as Dylan Murray gets a nice little break.
8 tonight is Jesse Bennett, so
that makes sense.
Sitting him down every day of the week.
Yeah, very, very good. Bruce Buckley just steams through a big Cohen. We look at the old veteran Jesse Bennett coming against the new age Bruce Buckley, the prop with a ponytail, not something you see too often. So a bit of a battle of the eras here tonight. New upstart prop up against the big veteran. As the Titans are going to have to punt here. They didn't score off that set, so that's an anomaly with the way the Rabbitohs have been playing. Justin plays brings it back 15 metres out from the line, and the Rabbitohs, they're just going to want to complete it. They had the ball for all the 3 tackles in the first 5 minutes. And I think they know, and I think we all know, if they keep dropping it, there could be more points on the board. So just completing the set is target number 1. And they're going to make some metres as well. Justin plays, goes straight past Liam Ryan at the back. He's brought down 45 metres out. The Rabbitohs have decided that it is time for them to turn up, as Jesse Bennett almost steams through a hole, brought down with some good cover defence by Mark Lee. And you did mention AMAC, he has been a hooker for a long time, but this season moved into that lock role. I do wonder if that will affect his representative hopes as the season goes on. He's played for Australia before, coming off the bench in that sort of dual hooker role. So perhaps the lock stint could hurt him there, or perhaps he could still be picked. I'm not Sonny Tyre. I don't exactly know what his thinking is. Nathan O'Donnell, that is one man who might play for Australia, actually. I was brought down there. McLucky now goes to Mark Lee, and I've watched a fair bit of the Titans this season, Mac. Do you think Mark Lee's been the answer at lock?
Personally, I think it's been a bit hard for the Titans to find who their lock is, because I like Lee at number 9, but they've got Vaughan at number 9, and there's not a lot of big boys in there that you can really put in the 13. There's none of those sort of halves. Oh.
Yeah, Connor Bruce has just scored there. Yeah, Connor Bruce has just scored there with a great try. I wrote off the Rabbitohs very quickly in this game. They've turned up to show me wrong. The little halfback inside ball to the centre works treats on that right edge. Liam Ryan caught napping. I'm not really sure what he was doing, but he's got turned inside out, and that could be 6-0 here.
Jesus, so I look away for half a second, Snicko, to look at the team list and go, you know what? And then suddenly I hear the siren, and here we go. The Rabbitohs, they've turned up to play, and it's about to be 6-all.
Yeah, you'd think so. Joey Kelly in his final game has goal kicking duties. Slots that one. And you're right, 6-all in this game. Perhaps the Titans did get a bit complacent. It was a pretty bad error from them, and in the SRL, we all know that errors often lead to points.
Anyway, back to the question you asked me. Personally, looking at their team list, Mark Lee is probably the best option they've got in there for lock. He's the only one in their team who's got any fend, really, to mention, other than Nathan O'Donnell himself, and he can't really play lock at all. So I think Rogers, he's not someone who doesn't make a decision without simming at least 1,000 games before. So he's there, and I don't think Rogers is going to move him anytime soon.
Oh, I definitely don't think he's going to move him either. I agree. He's the best one in their team, but I'm still not quite sure if he is the answer, the be-all and end-all for the Titans. Of course, I suppose if he is the answer, depends on the question. If the question is he the Titans' long-term lock? Probably not. If the answer is he the best lock right now? Perhaps he is. Hayden Davis now gets a break, and Hayden Davis is into the backfield here. The 80-speed prop breaks a tackle. He's going to go the distance here, Hayden Davis. He had an absolute blinder last week, and he's turned up again here for the Titans to take them to a 12-6 lead.
Now, if you're talking about props to qualify for Australia, there's a man who does not have a T2. So Davis, he's been absolutely phenomenal the last couple of weeks. He might be playing himself into a starting position for Australia there, Snicko.
Oh, geez, that's a big ask. Starting position for Australia. The likes of Chris Lord, Malchus, Jesse Bennett, all in contention. He's been good, yes. There's no denying that. But just because you don't have a T2 does not mean you're automatically going to be an Australian representative.
No, I'm just here to stir the pot. And you never know which other players. You never know who's going to opt out.
Yeah, well, I do suspect it won't be any of the 3 that I mentioned. Of course, I don't know for sure. And, maybe he sneaks in a little 14 or 15. I don't know. Like I mentioned only moments ago, I'm not Sonny Tyre. I don't know how that might work. So maybe maybe he will make it as the man in question takes another run there. Perhaps Justin Dolan could push that halfback jersey.
Dolan has had a bit of a breakout season, as Liam Rogers will tell us in chat, almost any chance he gets.
Yeah, the Titans propaganda machine does go very hard as Buckley now cleans up the loose ball, brought down. And I think there's a few players actually from both teams that will be looking at international duties, whether it's for Australia or other teams. Liam Rogers himself will be looking at Ireland. Malta and McLucky go hand in hand, so he'll be in that Mediterranean team. I think Liam Ryan as well slipped over to that med team, but he might be fighting KCK for a fullback spot depending on the whole opting in, opting out scenario goes. So a lot to play for outside the context of the season as well here tonight, because with the eligibilities locking this week or next week or last week, captains will be getting announced relatively shortly, I believe, and they'll be starting to look at players, Anthony.
Yep, and that's really going to be when the hard sell gets put on, because some captains, they're going to want some of their big hitters opting out and joining in some of those tier 2 nations, because the SRL is wonderful and great, and we do not want a 2-horse team for those World Cup finals there, Snicker.
Well, it's already not a 2-horse team. I think there's already at least 3 teams that can win between Australia, New Zealand and EU without acquisition of chance bunts. So, yeah, I'm not sure what the other nations are doing. Are you Scotland or England?
I'm Scotland at the moment.
At the moment?
No,
is there a story here?
No, I'm Scotland. I'm definitely going to rep Scotland. I probably won't opt out of Scotland, but it's going to be interesting considering England and Scotland have been separated for the first time in World Cup history. So it's going to be interesting to come down and fight against those
Davis for a double. Sorry to cut you off there. Liam Rogers, a great offload. Bounced off a Rabbitohs back. Bounced forward, and Hayden Davis has jumped on that one to score.
When was the last time you saw a prop have a double in 16 minutes there, Snicker?
Yeah, not sure. I think that was Leondis, maybe. Downey kicking it forward, and Davis, yeah. He heard me saying he's not going to be Australia eligible and has decided that he's going to beat up some bottom 8 teams until I change my mind.
Well, the Rabbitohs, they had some fight back there for a couple of minutes, but unfortunately the Titans, it looks like they're turning the blowtorch there.
Yeah, definitely. And anyway, back to what you were saying, England, Scotland, little brother, big brother.
Yeah. So last 2 World Cups, the World Nines and the last one we played recently.
Who won that World Nines?
They were fun. They were interesting, and I mean, we all know how the World Nines ended up for you, Snicker, so you're probably very happy with how that went.
Terrifically.
But yeah, and considering we've got a whole lot of very interesting teams qualifying to make that cutoff, it's going to be fun. It's going to be lots of fun.
Yeah, speaking of cutoffs, the Rabbitohs, no Joey Kelly next season. Word on the street, early word, because I don't think anything's been confirmed or announced, is that there will be a new captain for the Rabbitohs. Dry Collins has stepped into that role before, I believe. Oh, big hit. Love that. Dry Collins has stepped into that role before. Do you think it will be him, or do you think it will be external?
I'm not sure. It's going to very much depend on what the commissioners say, and the Rabbitohs, they need some stability.
Oh, Jesse Bennett. Jesse Bennett. He wants to play for Australia. You don't see that very often. Bump off on the line. The Titans, I think that might have even been Davis that got bumped off. We'll see on the replay here. Jesse Bennett. No, it wasn't. It was Matt Vaughan. Just got absolutely pumped backwards there. Head over biscuit. And Jesse Bennett scored a terrific try. The Rabbitohs, I wrote them off very early. I've said it a couple of times now, but they're hanging in there. They're saying, don't forget about me.
No, and they're determined to ruin some SRL bets out there. So that's a very Joey Kelly thing to do on his way out the door. And at the moment, we're about to have some prop rotations.
We definitely are. 2 minutes to go, and luckily for 24 other players on the field, Jesse Bennett and Hayden Davis are about to walk off. There's going to be some very excited players on either side that they're not going to have to run at those 2 boys anymore. Back to our captaincy talk. Should it not be Dry Collins? Who do you think it could be from throughout the SRL?
Oh, well, I've got absolutely no idea at the moment.
Oh! Davis goes bang one last time. He's just about to leave the field. He's decided enough's enough. Someone's dipped this ball in butter at the moment because a lot of big hits, a lot of changeovers. We could see more points here.
What's really happening out there, Snicko? They do not want us speculating wildly.
That's the best kind of speculation, isn't it?
It's the only kind of speculation.
But yeah, we'll just park that one. The sim gods have told us enough's enough. As McLucky plays a little short ball out to Max Topo. You had to really see him here tonight. He copped a bit of public flack from Will K last week, then went on to score a very nice try. So, Daly. Daly out of nowhere. I believe that's what we call the old Jefferson shuffle, but instead of defend, he's put the sidestep on. And yeah, defense optional this game. I think both teams have decided all-out attack's the way to go.
We might have to find a new name for that, unfortunately, Snicko, because Jamison, he's retired now.
That's okay. Good times last forever.
As Daly, again, centre. We've coined it. We're demanding it. This is the season of the centres, and that was an absolutely phenomenal try.
Yeah, a bit of magic there, and not something that you see too often, just like the bump off at the other end of the field. So we are seeing, as the SRL develops, we're seeing things that we haven't necessarily seen before. KCK last week stepped the fullback after running 80 metres or so. Jerome Daly there got the little shimmy on right close to the line. Jesse Bennett the bump off a metre out from the line. So maybe as everyone starts to develop, could we see a meta shift, do you think?
Ooh, maybe we'll start seeing second half props becoming a real thing in the fullback role, and some teams starting to experiment interestingly with some of those 16-17 rotations.
Yeah, I think that fullback prop thing only happens when you're versing the team that you're going to trade yourself to in the season after, and they need a win to make the semis, to make the top 4. Sorry, and you don't care about your season anymore. That's the only time I can really see a fullback into the second. Oh, Dolan now throws a big dummy. And the offload away to Honeyman. Pressure on the field. Cameron Honeyman is going to be brought down 25 metres out from the line. I think we said it best moments ago. This game is all out attack at the moment. As McLucky goes out to Daly. He wants to double Daly, but he's brought down 3 metres out from the line instead. The Titans, they want to go back to back here, coast to coast in the one set. They play out a little cutout pass to McLucky. He goes one more. They go a third. Some beautiful ball play against Liam Ryan over the line. We've had 42 points, assuming we had a kick here, in about 25 minutes, Mac.
Now, I know exactly what it's like to do this because it was a game against the Titans that put the Broncos on the record books there for a bit. So fingers crossed, this is another one of those games and the Broncos are taken off that ignoble little record.
Is that the most points scored in the game, combined teams?
Yes, it is.
We both have most points scored records then, because I have it for a single team and you have it shared with the Titans.
Yeah, except yours is a winning and mine is a losing.
Funny how that happened.
Having said that, we don't want the Titans to score too much tonight, Snicko, because there is a Muzbet at threat here.
Oh, it's all good. What's the Muzbet for?
We don't want the Knights to lose and the Titans to win too big.
How about we let the Titans run up a score here and entertain us all, and the Knights just get the job done?
I mean, that'll work.
As McKay now gets a little bump off, so all the Titans forwards have come to play here tonight. Not sure what Liam Rogers has put in the Gatorade, but it's got him firing at the moment. Perhaps that old jacked pre-worker that had the crystal meth in it. Now Liam Ryan gets into the party with a tackle break and a goose step. He's brought down 22 metres from the line. Are we going to see back-to-back-to-back tries from the Titans? They're getting awfully close here. He goes to Rogers. He's going to be brought down 20 metres out from the line, but it's only the third tackle. Now they go left to Mark Lee. He wants to fend, doesn't get one. We saw in that deep dive, he had the least metres per run of any lock, and he's unfortunately continuing that trend here tonight. Now they go again, and it's Dylan Murray, centre to centre, back to back to back. The Titans scored tries. It's looking a bit like the old Panthers dynasty. Can they go back to back to back to back, the Titans?
I just had to have a quick look at the clock there, Snicko. We're only 25 minutes into this game, and we've already got a score line that looks like an 80-minute game.
Yeah, not wrong. It's high-octane stuff at the moment. Both sides have decided first gear, second gear, even third gear. Don't need it tonight. We're going all out. Unfortunately for the South, they're in a little Holden Barina, and the Titans are driving a Lamborghini at the moment, just absolutely torching them.
So, what's this? 25 minutes in, and we've got
48 points.
That's so if we times that by 4.
I smell a record, Mac?
Oh, not just a record, but there might be 2 records on the cards here for the Titans tonight, Snicko.
Oh, we only got one of them. Wait, that means the Rabbitohs are going to have to score points.
Yep.
I can't see that the total points being broken here tonight, unfortunately. Has any team ever conceded back-to-back 50s?
Ooh, we might have to get our resident statistician onto it, but I reckon he will probably say no. So that might be a third record that the Rabbitohs do not want tonight, Snicko.
Yeah, I've just done a quick dive through the archives that I have on hand, and yeah, I don't think any team has had that happen, so it could happen. Maybe it's going to happen twice. Maybe the Warriors will do it as well later on in the week. I'm not sure. But yeah, the Rabbitohs, they're probably mission one is just to avoid that. Now Honeyman gets a second line break of the game and the offload to McLucky. They're going to be brought down on top of each other. 2 for the price of 1 there. The Titans now, they're going the outside inside ball, and of course it's going to come off for them. Nothing is going wrong here for tonight for the Titans. I will say some of these top 8 teams are really starting to flex their muscle, and it's teams like the Rabbitohs that are really getting pumped by it as Jerome Daly gets tackled for about the first time tonight without making a line break. So great work there, Rabbitohs. They're going to have a chance for a bomb if they want it. It's Mark Lee, and he doesn't want it. He puts in the grubber, but just cops the big hit instead. Mark Lee, in a team of superstars tonight for the Titans, Mark Lee is not having a happy night. Oh, holy smokes. Liam Rogers with the intercept. This is shades of last week, Anthony.
They looked at both you guys at the Dolphins. Oh, Honeyman.
Oh, Honeyman gets over. Of course he does. He's had a terrific start to his SRL career. Continues it here tonight. The rookie prop. We spoke about the bump off close to the line. It's happened twice in a game. Maybe I just don't watch enough SRL games. As we're going to get that one over the line. We are. And what's that now? That's 40 points for the Titans in 25 minutes. Racing the clock. They're lapping the clock at the moment.
Lapping the clock. I was about to say they saw what you guys did to the Warriors, and they saw what the Storm did to the Rabbitohs and the Titans. They've gone, give me some of that, and I don't know, 40 points in 30 minutes. This could get very, very ugly or very, very pretty, depending on which side of the line you're standing on.
Yeah, I'm not sure if our viewer count's going to be dropping or raising at the moment, because I can count 17 players that might be turning it off at the moment. But I assume a few of the SRL players might be seeing the SRL chat light up right now. Want to come and see what it's all about. And if you're just tuning in now, the Titans are putting on an absolute clinic tonight in the Joey Kelly Memorial game. As you might have expected, not going great for the Rabbitohs.
And if you do think that you want to switch off, you need to stay for the second half, because, viewers, it's that time of the season, and Snicko is going to be playing his favourite game in about 40
Oh, I
minutes.
forgot about that. Yes, very exciting. And if you're a Rabbitoh, no apologies, but you might be offended. Anyway, Mark Lee is going to be brought down 29 metres out from the line, and they didn't go back to back to back to back. There was a little break in the middle, but the Rabbitohs did touch the ball for literally 2 tackles in between the Titans scoring 4 tries. So not pretty for the Rabbitohs at the moment. I shuddered to think what the halftime possession could be. But this is a set where they've really muscled up. And for the first time in a long time, the Titans are going to have to punt. We see McLucky, he's standing there, and that's exactly where the ball goes. And that is a very typical McLucky kick, would you say? Because he has some absolute pearlers, but man, can he put a few of those in.
I think the word used last week was McLucky-esque. So this gives the Rabbitohs a chance to, well, really put on some more points and really, really, really fight that clock.
Yeah, and really, really, really get close to that total points scored in a game record, which we were talking about earlier. But I think they're going to have to switch on, because there's been 4 tackles and they haven't really shown us much. As now, Wigmilski goes out to Justin Plays, and he's a player that can find the line, but unfortunately it's a 10-metre line. So no try there. They've lined up short side. You got to think they'll go open side. They do. Downey with a kick. It looks to be a little bit short, but we know what can happen off the back. Instead, it's O'Donnell that takes it. And O'Donnell into the backfield. They converge quickly, wrapping him up like termites on the wood there, just all over him. Nathan O'Donnell unable to go. And now, I thought we had a 60 again, but we didn't. Liam Ryan picked that ball off his shoelaces. Do you think they got another try in him before halftime, Anthony?
Oh, as Murray breaks it off up the field, I reckon they might be another 2 in the tank here.
2?
So maybe 2 at the rate they've been scoring them.
Yeah, 50-point first half would be quite something, as Honeyman almost goes through again, but they stick to him. He's brought down 35 metres out from the line. They need a big run here to get some kicking range in. It goes to Max Topok, and it's not a bad run, but not the 20 or 30-metre run they wanted. So could be a punt here from McLucky. He's to the right. And no, he goes the shallow bomb instead. I suppose it takes out the kick return try. Connor Bruce, yeah, wrapped up. McLucky does the dirty work off his own kick. And for about 3 minutes, probably the first 3 minutes of the game, the Rabbitohs have tried to enter an arm wrestle.
And, you know, to the credit of the Rabbitohs, they're doing better than they did last week, and they are trying their hardest. It's just, unfortunately, they're throwing the ball around a bit too much, and they're chancing their hand, and the Titans, well, they're capitalising on every mistake the Rabbitohs make.
Yeah, I really actually feel sorry for whoever the Rabbitohs versus next week, because they're going to have 3 weeks worth of defence stored up for next week's game.
Give me a sec, and I can tell you, because next week, well, the Titans, they've got the bye next week, so they're going to absolutely love this. A guaranteed 2 points tonight and 2 points next week. The Rabbitohs, they're up against the Warriors, so that's going to be a game to watch.
Yeah, that'll either be Rabbitohs' spoon bowl last week, or it could be 52 plays 48 with the way that these two teams are defending at the moment. And Justin Dolan now is going to make a real good line break, and Joey Kelly's not picked him up yet. They're going for a bit of a foot race here. Usain Bolt, a stuff of power. Eventually they come together 20 metres out from the line. And if I'm correct, and I'm usually not, but I might be in this case, a win for the Titans with the bye next week would just about lock them into that top 8.
Yeah, a win tonight. A win tonight will have them 8 wins. They can basically snooze for the final game, and they're definitely in. So the Titans did the Titans play finals last season, Snicker?
They did not.
No. So from no finals to some excellent finals here with Captain Liam Rogers. For the first time in his career as Captain Liam Rogers, he'll be making finals.
Yeah, assuming nothing funky goes on in this game, you wouldn't think it will.
Well, either that or some sort of
astronomical
issue.
Oh,
yep.
Let's not go there. We've been there before with this Titans team. We don't need to go there again, as Dry Collins is brought down, and we yet to really see him have much ball. I wonder if under his new captaincy he'll enter that fullback role or back to the wing maybe.
Well, we can play that game after the break to see who we should put into fullback, because there's a couple of different people who could play fullback here for the Rabbitohs.
Yeah, and Dry Collins actually might not be eligible because he's a centre primary. He has a second row switch. So it'll just be whether it's the wing or the fullback that he got rid of. Anyway, Liam Ryan cleans up a kick here, and he's going to be brought down 40 metres out from the line. So even though they're not torching the Rabbitohs like they have been, they're still winning the field position battle, and Max Topok contributes to that, if only slightly, with that run. Brought down just on his side of halfway. McLucky now goes inside ball to Buckley, back on the field for a couple of minutes to finish this half. And the Titans, they'll be happy with this half. There's no doubt about that. But I'm sure they would like one more try just to really round it off. And this will be their last chance at it. 4th tackle here. For the first time all half, the Rabbitohs were mustered up in defence. Pretty much since that first set of their game where they held the Titans until Liam Ryan made that line break. So now, 30 seconds left. Can anything happen off this kick from Dolan? We'll have to wait and see as it goes down to Justin Plays, and his past one brought down by the centre though. Dylan Murray with a great tackle, and with 10 seconds left in this half, the Rabbitohs are unfortunately still losing to the clock. We're going to go into the halftime break, 42 points to 12. Titans up.
I'm just waiting for Kiss Cam to come on me. It's not happening. Do you like it? Do you like it? The environment here, do you like the footy? Yes, we're on.
We're live.
Yeah, we're live.
Yes. Yeah,
You're not you when you're hungry.
This is an amazing
Snickos.
reception that we've received.
Hey SRL fans, want to support the league further? Join the Simulation Rugby League Patreon. Get exclusive access to additional content, early access to league releases and supporter-only giveaways and upgrades. Whatever you're looking for, we have something for every fan. When you become a Patreon, you're more than just a spectator. You're a crucial part of our team. Your support helps us keep delivering the high-quality matches and content that you love, and it ensures that we can keep the SRL experience growing for fans of all ages. It's super simple. Head to our Patreon page, pick the tier that's right for you, and you're in. Every bit of support helps us grow and makes the SRL an even better place for everyone. Now, back to the game.
Hello and welcome back. Hopefully I'm also welcoming back the Rabbitohs, who apparently forgot to turn up for that first half. The Titans running in an astonishing 42 points to 12. And we just had word from the bench. In the Joey Kelly Memorial bench, he ran for 10 metres at fullback in the first half. Anthony, anything to say about that?
Well, Joey is definitely wanting his captain, who is Jai Collins, for this half. He's definitely wanting Jai Collins to stand up and put the team on his shoulders, and he's put himself on the bench to do that, with Jai Collins taking over the reins as captain and Plays moving to fullback. So considering Plays was one of the players on the Rabbitohs to score the most run meters for them in the first half, that's probably a good move there from the Rabbitohs.
Yeah, with a grand total of 64 metres, which just really highlights how dominant the Titans have been, and almost fitting that in the Joey Kelly Memorial match, he dips mid-game just like he dipped mid-season. As Callaghan wants to pull off a nice 40-20 here. He doesn't have the angle, but it looks like it's going to it's not going to pull up. It rolls dead, and That's the kind of thing that you probably don't want to see as a Rabbitohs fan, but as a neutral, it means we're going to get 7 tackles from this red-hot Titans side.
And for those of you playing at home and suck as bad as I do at math, the records we're looking for are the most points scored in a game, which weirdly enough were scored by the Dolphins last week.
56.
And 56. And we're also looking at the highest scoring game, which was Season 8, Round 6. 88 points, which again included the Titans, and unfortunately for yours truly, the Broncos. So we are at 54 points right now. It does not take a lot of points to get to that one there.
So what's that? Another 22 points or 4 tries?
Yeah, 4 tries.
Yep, so we'll tick them off as they happen, should they happen in this game. Maybe the Rabbitohs are going to turn up, I'm not sure, as scratch that. Alistair Russell just strolled through a big hole. Luckily some cover defence there, but they're going to have a chance for a kick here. Looks like McLucky. No, they're going to go the 2 pass out. Yeah, to McLucky. Could be a bat back here, I'm not sure. Instead, it's Connor Bruce who takes it. Connor Bruce beats one as well, but Liam Ryan, he hasn't made a whole lot of tackles in that first half, and he's fresh and ready to tackle him just there.
Also out on the field should be our resident rookie. So keep your eyes out there for our recently promoted Mines player, who is hopefully going to have a good game while he's out there on the field.
Oh, Jack McLaughlin, hell of a game to walk into. Hell of a team to walk into. Hopefully his career extends just past these 2 games, because the last 2 games, maybe it's time for our game, Mac. Keep or cut. Jack McLaughlin, we're going to spare him. He's only played, this is his debut game for the Rabbitohs, but everyone else is fair game. I will start at the 1. Joey Kelly, of course, he's cut. He's not going to be there. Kevin Dixon, what do you think?
Oh, Dixon has been at the Rabbitohs for a bit, and they're going to need some strength on the wing. So if I was coming in, I'd be trying to keep Dixon on the wing there.
Yeah, me too. I love him. Connor Bruce and who's our other centre? Do you have the team list up? That would really aid me in this game.
I do have the team list up, Snicko.
Yeah,
our other centre for the Rabbitohs is Lachlan Holmes.
Yeah, I'm going to keep Connor Bruce and cut Lachlan Holmes, I think.
Yeah, and well, both haven't had horrible seasons, but it's probably good that if you're a new rookie come up, that you don't stick in the one team. You spread yourself around the league a little bit before you find yourself at home somewhere.
Yeah, the cut is for his own sake, in all honesty. Connor Bruce, I think, has really excelled in that 12. I'm not sure if in the 4, Lachlan Holmes has been able to have the same impact. Into the halves, we have Felix Wimmill-Skeed and Bradley Callaghan. I quite like Callaghan, but I prefer him as a 6 than as a 7. So I'm going to have a little keep it with an asterisk that they stick him back in the 6 and let him work some magic.
Maybe you swap them around and go Felix Wimmill-Skeed 7 and Callaghan 6.
Yeah, perhaps you could do that if, unfortunately for Wimmill-Skeed, he's not on my cut list. I think they need a top-tier half to sort of direct this team around. They lack sort of like a Damien Minor when he plays there. O'Shea Ole for us, Isaac Edwards for you. Luke Thompson for the Tigers, just a big name half. As Chris Weston scores a great try there. We'll get back to the game in a moment, because this could be 48 points here for the Titans, and we're only 3 tries away from another record.
Yep, tick one off. 16 coming off the bench, Chris Weston. He has been phenomenal as a utility there for the Titans all season. I was a little bit shocked when Rogers brought him in and put him in that position. But like I said, every time Rogers does something, it's not there just randomly. He is one of the players in the league who has this game simmed almost every second of every day.
Is McLucky just... curves it back, does he? No, he doesn't.
Ooh.
Yeah, Weston, if they weren't going to go a top-tier halfback, you could look at someone like Weston to go to the Rabbitohs and play in that 7 jersey. He's a half by trade. Moonlights as a centre for the Rabbitohs. But I think that maybe... If they're not going to be able to attract a top-tier 7, Weston could be someone they could look at. He'd only be a bronze, but he's good for team culture. We've seen that in the sheds. And maybe he could just help these Rabbitohs with their inactivity woes.
Forwards. Let's look at the forwards, Snicko.
Bennett, will keep him. O'Hare, he's been there for a while. I like him at lock instead of at hooker.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, I think Matt Downey, he had a really good first game at lock, but since then hasn't done a whole lot. O'Hare gives you a little bit extra speed than Matt Downey has. And he's a bit proven there. As Hayden Davis gets a nice bump off, I'd like to keep him, actually. Keep him at the Dolphins. next season if we didn't have a billion props already, because he has been outstanding here tonight. Pretty much since I said he wouldn't make the Aussie side, he's turned up here. So nice game from Davis. Yeah, O'Hare, not sure. Who's the 10 for the Rabbitohs?
Leondis.
Oh, long-time player, long-time fan, but I'm going to cut him. I think they need new blood there. I think they need some speed in the forwards. We're seeing a lot of teams go for it. If you're not a platinum prop, it's hard to get a gig these days, and Leondis might be a victim of that.
Yeah, it's getting increasingly difficult and desperate for some of those props out there in the league. Not to say that props don't serve their purpose. We props with the lovely impact tackle that we have as Driscoll. That's what you want to see. But where were we? Leondis. He came through in my rookie year, so I've got a soft spot for the bold man out there.
Yeah, I think he's a good player. I just think in terms of the Rabbits makeup, they need more speed in the forwards. Whether it's a hooker that they play at prop or a lock or something, they're just getting torched through the middle all game here tonight and all game last week. As Windmill Ski puts up a nice kick in, that's why he's getting cut. A 7 tackle set there. I just think they need a little bit more class in their halves at the moment. Onto their 11. Who do they have at 11? Jai Collins. Put him at fullback, put him at the wing. He's been in the 11 for a while now. He hasn't really exploded like Cody Lachlan McKinnon has done so this season. And he's a class winger. And I'm sure he'd be a class fullback should he end up there.
And then you got Tallis Riff in at number 12.
Cut. Again, more speed.
And as a second row, he's sitting at about a 69. So he's not new to his career.
He's been around for quite a while.
He's been around for a bit, and he needs to spend some time probably doing some work getting some of those fitness levels fit. Because if you're the second row, it's a fitness game these days, particularly if you're going up against some of those 99 speed second rowers.
Yeah, and what good teams do is exactly what the Titans have done. They swap their second rows around, so they put on a fresh second row, either on the left or on the right. And we've seen how good Alistair Russell's been this couple of runs so far, split the line with regularity so far. On to 13, Matt Downey. I think he's going to be a cut from me, hey. I think that it's the exact same story as Leondis. He's a good player, but in a world where speed is paramount, and if you're not a big dog platinum prop, it's very hard to make these teams. And I think with Bennett already there, if I was the Rabbitohs incoming captain, big hit, love that from Davis. If I was the incoming Rabbitohs captain, whoever that may be, might be time to just stick to the 1 or 2 props in the rotation.
And that's going to be very interesting considering with the tiers locking up next week to see who's going to be on the list and who is going to have to shed. Some teams definitely going to have way too many silvers and a couple of too many golds, where other teams, they are definitely going to be looking to fill some of those gaps there.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure, but I think there might be one team with like 3 platinums or something, which would just be crazy for that to happen.
And considering there's a couple of teams out there with no platinums at the moment, that's
wild.
Very, very tasty.
Yes, Hayden Davis. Hayden Davis gets a double.
There he is.
No, that's a triple. That's a hat-trick for Hayden Davis.
A hat-trick for a prop.
That's insanity. Off the head. Bump off one. There's Tallis Roof. That's why you cut, brother. Hayden Davis is going to score. That's terrific. And the Titans, that's 50. That's back-to-back 50 weeks. The Rabbitohs with some unwanted history there.
Not just back-to-back 50s, but back-to-back 50s off a triple from a prop. I can't remember the last time I saw a prop do a hat-trick there, Snicker.
Yeah, I'm hoping he comes back on and plays that 55-minute role because he's been outstanding here tonight. And if we add up our points, that's 64 points. What do we need to get to? 88?
We need 88 to equal.
80. So, yeah, still, we might have done our maths a little bit wrong. We still need another 3 tries if we're going to beat this one.
Well, there was a missed conversion, so that probably factored into it as well.
Good one, McLucky. Onto the bench, and I think this is where most of my cuts would actually come from. I think they need to rejig their bench. I don't like their rotations. Joey Kelly from fullback to the bench is very strange. He was doing it at halfback as well, halfback to the bench, to fit Windmill Skeet into the equation. I know you have previously played a 75-minute lock. I know I play a 75-minute lock. Do you think they could look at that with Jesse Bennett?
Ooh.
That's emblematic of their entire season. Dixon with a great pick, good intercept, and unfortunately he's red open. But don't worry, K. Dix, I'm still keeping you. K for keep. L for love, K for keep.
With a platinum prop, you kind of almost need to
get the minutes out of him.
Yeah, otherwise you're running them as a 40-minute prop, and that you feel like that's kind of a waste for a platinum prop, unless they
even the 55-minute stint.
Yeah, I was going to say, oh, that's a bit of a cynical play there from the Titans.
Yeah, but with the way this game's going, I want to see him attack more. So great work from Vaughan there to force the penalty. A good kick from McLucky, and when this set finishes, I think they'll be in territory. So, yeah, on their bench they have Ford. Actually, I'm keeping Ford. I quite like Ford.
Yeah, Ford and Stoter at 14 and 15.
Stoter might be an unlucky cut in terms of nothing to do with him, purely to do with team makeup. But the other option is flick him into the 11 where he's had some success. Get Dry Collins into fullback, Stoter into the 11, rejig the bench, potentially bring in another second row to swap with Stoter throughout the game, which they've done a couple of times this season, but they've gone away from it for some reason. And then, yeah, Lucy Driscoll, unfortunately, a cut. I think they need just more class all around, and they're one of the teams who is going to be able to recruit heavily, you'd have to think.
Yep. And that's probably good for Lucy as well.
McLucky was over the line when he kicked it. That's merciful from Michael McLucky. Don't often see that in the SRL. He's just decided enough is enough, and he's given the Rabbitohs a 7-tackle set just from the goodness of his own heart.
Oh, and we've got 60-minute prop rotation, so Joey Kelly should be working his way back onto the field into that prop rotation there, Snicker.
Yeah, and he's been slowly upgrading his impact tackle this season. So we'll have to see if he can pull one out here. It would be glorious to see in the Joey Kelly Memorial match because, yeah, he had literally 10 metres in the first half, which is insanity for a fullback. So he's going to be very fresh, is what I'm trying to say here, coming on with this stint. They go now to plays, and in that one run, he made more than Joey did in the first half. Fourth tackle now, the Rabbitohs. They go right. Callaghan goes to Tallis Riff. Do you think the Rabbitohs maybe even get rid of Jesse Bennett to try and recruit another platinum, or do you think they stick with him?
Well, it's tricky with the platinums because there's not as much movement. If you're a platinum and you're on a team, you're basically there for life because, you know, it's hard to get rid of and replace you. We saw it with Luke Short when he was over at the Broncos. It was after he left the Eels, it was either go to the Broncos or the Panthers, and thankfully enough, I was able to convince him to come with me to the Broncos. Other than that, there's not a lot of wriggle room. So if they get rid of Bennett, it's
you got to wonder who they pick up.
Exactly, yeah.
There's Buckley now back on the field, bumps through on, but with the platinum movement, we know that you guys don't have one. Manly have a couple. I'm not sure if the Panthers are going to have one either. The Knights might have two. This could be the season to do one. Roosters don't have one. This could be the season to do the platinum juggle. If ever is the time to do it, this could be the season.
And not just that, but there's still a couple of days left in case any platinums want to retire. So that could throw a spanner in the works as well.
Yeah, that could absolutely screw me, in all honesty. I'd have to check the tiers, but I really don't want one more player to step down.
Ooh, yeah, no, I think I'm in the running. I'm on the borderline for being a platinum, so I don't know if that's going to be a good thing or a bad thing.
+8. I'll donate you some points and you can go platinum. Thoughts?
Well, I would have gone platinum if I had my Muzbet last week, but unfortunately, didn't quite work out.
Is that actually true? Is that what would have happened?
That's exactly what would have happened.
Oh, wow. So really, next season, you could be thanking me. You could have a platinum and you just about be a platinum yourself, which would be great for the Broncos, not good for the other teams. And really, you'll be saying fins up because I could be setting you up for success next season. But anyway, we'll have to wait and see as we get there. It's Connor Bruce now. He's going to be tackled, and he has been good. And like I said, I would keep him. I think that he's got a lot of potential. He'd almost slot into a wing spot. As now O'Hare goes over the line, and that's what I like from him. I like his running game. That's why I put him at lock. O'Hare just ticking one over here, and that's another 6 points to our total match points. Do you reckon I have a chance to my Titans 19-18?
You might be a chance. I mean, one of your loved players loves to say it's still early.
Early days.
It's still 15 minutes. So you never know what this prop rotation with Joey Kelly in it off the bench, that might be the spark that reignites it's something just to put some more points on for us here, Snicker.
As opposed to the spark that blows up the Rabbitohs season.
And there we go. That's another 2 points to the tally. That
up to 70 points.
70 points. We need 18 more points, Snicker.
Yeah, I'm not sure if we're going to get there. 3 tries in 14 minutes is tough, but what isn't out of the question is the Titans are breaking the total match points for one team. They only need the 1 try to equal a converted try to go above, and I've got to say they're pretty good odds to do so.
And can we just say how nuts that is? Because before you and the Storm both broke the records in that week last week, I think that record lasted since from season 2 or season 3 or something. So this season, particularly this last week or two, has definitely been exciting. If not, well, as long as you're on the right team anyway.
Yeah, I'd almost say that the Storm and the Titans points don't count because this Rabbitohs side, unfortunately for them, it's broken and bruised. We did it against a very classy Warriors side. We were just too good on the day, as opposed to these two teams just beating up what is almost a second grade lineup with just all the forced changes that the Rabbitohs have had to undergo.
And
could we asterisk if the Titans get there and just keep mine? Still on the honor board, like the old Beijing Olympic supersuit saga. Team records won against this Rabbitohs team don't quite count as much as they should.
Well, we'll have to start calling them Mickey Mouse records then, if that's the case.
Are we allowed to go there? I think we should.
That was a line ball.
Yeah, I suppose
the
Storm could have a legit record last week. It was broken literally 24 hours later, whereas the Titans, I'm not sure if their one will count. Joey Kelly, of course, going to the bench was a big brain move that I just can't quite comprehend. And now Barkley gets a nice little offload away. While we're just theorising and prattling on, the Titans decide they do want to break this record. They've just put together quite a good set here, and I think there was a 0 tackling there. There was. So 6 again here for the Titans. This could be the moment they break the record. They go into a little block play. Interesting. Hayden Davis, he is the man that you want to give the ball to. I think he's at lock now. Can he get a quad? Hayden Davis quad, not on my Muzz bet, but could be very good. Liam Ryan now pops up on the left. He's brought down from the line. Where is Hayden Davis? He's playing at lock. Can we get the pass out? No, McLucky is going to be held up in the tackle. 4th tackle now. They go right. Alistair Russell, inside ball to Liam Ryan. He could fall over here, and he does, but it's on his back. Unfortunately, Liam Ryan can't get the job done from the bottom. Turned on his back there. And so it means they're going to have, I think, 1 tackle to kick and maybe break the record, or maybe we're going to be anxiously in wait for another 10 minutes game time.
I wonder if there has... Oh, Hayden Davis is putting it up. I wonder if there's ever been a forward, or a prop at least, to score 4 in a game. That would be a hell of a record for Hayden Davis to have there.
Yeah, 100%. I haven't been around all that long, but I wouldn't think so. It's a pretty rare air that Hayden Davis could be stepping into should he get one. But of course, the Rabbitohs defense in this second half, they've only conceded 10 points. So they've decided, you know what, 42 is enough. We're going to put the brakes on now. And they've limited the Titans to just 10 points. Maybe the Titans got tired of scoring. I'm not really sure. But it does mean that they got a bit of work to do here, the Titans. And they've started with a great defensive set. They've kept the Rabbitohs deep in their own half. And they're going to have to kick from there. And he goes to windmill skied. He puts in a nice one. Goes down to Corey Goetz, I think. That's exactly who picks it up. And he gets a bit of a broken line to attack here. Straight past one, but the broken line works in the Rabbitohs' favour with 2 men covering. 8 minutes left in this game. Starting to get close here as now Vaughan gets out of half. Brought down just on the opposition side of halfway. Good start to get interesting here for the Titans if they want to etch their name onto the honour board. Dylan Murray with a great run. He's going to bring it in himself. Do you reckon it's going to happen, Amac? Are we going to see 56 or 58?
Oh, I thought it was going to be a lot bigger, and then the Rabbitohs, they've come out and they have absolutely blindsided us. So they're keeping it going. They've screwed the Broncos record over, unfortunately. Let's see how this kick goes, and it might have screwed over the Dolphins record. Nope, they've done it again.
Safe so far, but Lachlan Holmes is going to be wrestled backwards there. Great tackle from Dylan Murray, and the Titans will be straight back on the attack now. So no record is safe as of yet. It's going to be Callaghan to kick it out. I have to say, Justin Play's been quite good at fullback in the second half. Very defensively sound. He stopped a lot of the long-range tries that they were conceding that was almost a forward pass to Jerome Daly back on the field. In that prop hole, the first time we've seen him since he's come back on. McLucky now plays a little short ball out to Bruce Buckley. Hayden Davis is the man, I think. Give it to him close to the line. Let him crash over. Don't waste his energy here. Wait till he gets close. Now Liam Ryan looks to step through one. He has one on his back. potential hip drop, but the referee disagrees. 15 metres out from the line now. McLucky goes out to, there he is, Hayden Davis. He's getting tired. He can't bust through the line like he has done so far this game. 4th tackle now. They go right again. Dolan out to Liam Ryan, out to Goats. Was looking dangerous, but some great defence there from Lachlan Holmes. And now they're going to have to bomb it, I think, unless they do a mega long-range grubber. They go to Hayden Davis. The bomb it is. Looks to be a bit shallow. But they get the bat back. Liam Ryan steps from. Can he wrestle over the line here, Liam Ryan? He wants it. Turned on his back. More rush and twist for Liam Ryan. That's twice in the last 5 minutes that his core strengths are not being strong enough and he's not being able to fall over the line.
Okay, moving into next week, Snicker. Who are you putting at number 1?
I'd probably keep Liam Ryan there. He's been pretty good tonight.
I meant for the Rabbitohs.
I think, is Jai Collins eligible? It would be him, if not, Kevin
Jai
Dixon.
Collins, yeah. You've got Dixon, you've got Plays.
Oh, sorry, Plays. Yeah, Plays.
Yeah.
He's there, 100%.
Yeah. Basically, they're your 2 options.
Yeah, Justin Plays. He's been good this second half. And I'd keep him there for next week. I think the real question is, if he goes to fullback, does Jai Collins goes to wing and does Felix Stowe to start, or how are they going to reshuffle their team to accommodate? It's going to be one of the wingers that moves. As Corey Goats gets into the backfield here. Corey Goats is going to break the record for the Titans.
Record time.
That's 56 points. Kevin McLucky slotted for kick to come. You got to think so. Corey Goats. I think that's his first try of the night. He's one of being the only Titans not to really get in on the party, but he didn't even step there. He just picked up the ball and swerved through. Like one of those guys from dodgeball in the traffic, just dodge the cars, score the try. Way too easy there, and I guess that's just the tired Rabbitohs defense. Just letting it happen.
Getting my calculator out because I don't trust my maths anymore. 58 plus 18.
72.
76.
76. So close, and that is a record for the Titans. Congratulations to Liam Rogers and the rest of his merry men. Are we going to see 60 points next week? Is that how this game's going at the moment?
Well, next week, if we're looking at who
we're going to see
playing,
60 points next game, I believe. I think we're going to do it.
Ooh, they're big words here because you guys are up against Manly, if I remember correctly there, Snicker.
You do.
And if any team is going to knock over this Manly behemoth, I don't doubt it would definitely be the Dolphins.
I think it's actually it's going to be a win streak killer. We're 6 in a row. I think they're 7 in a row. One of those streaks is going to end next for Monday Night Football. Hopefully everyone sticks around. We've had 2 cracking games here tonight. And I'm crossing my fingers the next one's just as good. And that'll be just about it here for the Titans. 40 seconds to go in this game. They've been impressive, all of them. Max Topo has probably been their worst forward, and he's still been good. So that shows you just how good this Titans 4-pack's been. It's just been a case of he doesn't have to get any meters because they're doing it all around him. So he's been able to coast here tonight. We're going to get one more play. We will. Justin Nolan plays it. Hayden Davis, does he want a 40-20 just to nail things? He doesn't. Justin plays here. Make a case for your fullback jersey next week. Oh, I like it from Davis. From Plays, sorry, but Liam Ryan gets him eventually, and that brings a pause to what is probably the worst 160 minutes of combined football we've ever seen from an SRL team. But I tell you what, the Titans are red hot here tonight.
It's definitely going to be interesting to see how this plays out for the rest of the ladder. That because this is the second game of the round, that is going to skyrocket the Titans into 4th position. They are now in the top 4, and that's going to depend upon whether or not the Knights can win or some of the other little bits and pieces that happen over the next couple of games there, Snicker.
Yeah, and I think that'll just about do the Rabbitohs in. That for and against over the last 2 weeks is, well, just dropped by about 100 points. Not exactly what you want to do. Look at some stats here, please. Yeah, 66%, 34%. That'll just about do it. 8 errors to 6. Both teams threw it around a bit. We see Hayden Davis with the triple. That's the headline out of tonight. Hayden Davis has had 2 career games in a row. The Rabbitohs, 70 more tackles than the Titans. That is tremendous. And then, yeah, 18 line breaks to 38. I think you can see why this team conceded 58 points as we look at some individual stats now. And this is going to be really interesting. Oh, no. Justin Plays lead the run beats with 119. Aaron O'Hare in 80 minutes of hooker only ran for 115 and made 26 tackles. That it goes along with Taylor Swift, 27 tackles. Jesse Bennett, 24 tackles. Bradley Callaghan, the halfback, 23 tackles. Is there anything more to be said from this stat sheet, Mac?
Felix Windmill-Skillied, 6 tackles, quite a fair bit of kicking there. Not a lot of missed tackles, but it's really hard to put any attacking stats on when you've only got 33% of the ball there.
Yeah, not wrong. Well, look at the Titans now. Let's really crank this up. Liam Ryan, 197 metres. Hayden Davis in 55 minutes, 195 metres. Corey Goetz, 194. Dolan, 179. McLucky, just about 150. Topo, 140. Murray, 107. And then pairs of 100s. That is phenomenal from the Titans. When you get that much ball and you have the class that they do, that's exactly what you see. As you look at some of the line breaks tally, 4-4-4 from their top 3 run meters. That's exactly why they went for so many meters. And the tackle count, 23 from Vaughan, and then no one else above 20, really illustrates the difference between these two teams tonight. Just about everyone from the Titans was superb. And I think going into the bye next week, they will be a very happy camp, which means we could see some more Sabrina Carpenter.
And that's definitely what the SRL needs, far more Sabrina Carpenter.
Not wrong. Let me tell you that. Anyway, that's all we have time for tonight. I got a flight to catch. Big game coming up next. Condolences to the Rabbitohs. Congratulations to the Titans on a new record. And we'll see you all shortly.